All right. We are back here at Song of the Day, coming to you from the Rock Cave. I'm your host, Mark Pierce. It is Thursday. Hope you're all doing well today. What's everyone listening to this week? I know for me, yesterday, what song came on? Oh, Fire Lake from Bob Seger. Man, that's so good, right? You forget about that song. Like, every time I hear that one, I'm like, oh, this is so great. I mean, we've done Bob Seger here, and we'll probably do him again, but he's one of those guys that just there's like 30 songs that you love by him. Literally 30. There aren't too many of those bands. I mean, you can probably name 30 with Led Zeppelin, definitely the Eagles. Who are the bands that you think you can come up with 30 songs that you love? But Bob Seger is one of those for me. There's probably like a half dozen or so, maybe at the most. Anyway, what are we talking about today? There was a death in the rock and roll family this week. Robby Steinhardt from the band Kansas, co-lead vocalist and violin player, passed away at age 71. He was born in Chicago, classical violinist. In 72, was in Topeka, Kansas, and joined a rock band called White Clover, who had called themselves Kansas One prior, somewhere along the way. Then they got signed in 73 and they changed their name to Kansas. And he, along with co-lead singer Steve Walsh, just turned this into a stadium juggernaut in the late 70s, early 80s. 9 gold albums, 3 multi-platinum records. Their big breakthrough came in 1976 with Left Overture, and of course their staple, Carry On, Wayward Son. Some people call that song Carry On My Wayward Son, or Our Wayward Son. I've heard people say all those things, but it's just called Carry On Wayward Son, even though the lyrics are Carry On My Wayward Son. Anyway, and of course Dust in the Wind, which is ubiquitous on all kinds of radio and in movies and all that good stuff. So Dust in the Wind spent 200 weeks on the charts in the 80s. That's a pretty long time, right? And Carry On was the number 2 most played track on classic rock radio in 1995 and number 1 in 97. It beat out Led Zeppelin, Stairway to Heaven, Foreigner, Eagles. What? Who'd have thought, right? Kansas, also one of those bands who you can't name any of the members, right? I mean, maybe that's true for a lot of bands, but you can usually know who the lead singer is or lead guitarist or somebody. But I wasn't familiar with his name either, really. I knew Steve Walsh's name, but it's just one of those things, right? So anyway, as a band, of course, you know who they are. There's some good stuff out there from them. If you don't know, you just have to dig a little deeper. Of course, the 2 songs we just mentioned, but when I was a kid, I got a hold of Point of No Return, that record, when I was in like 8th grade. And of course, that awesome album cover of that ship going off the edge. And I would just try to draw that all the time. Anyway, but that was my introduction to Kansas. My first Kansas record was Point of No Return, which is a great song. So if you don't know that song, check out Point of No Return. Also, a deep cut on that one is called Portrait. He Knew. That one was one that I was kind of focused in on as well. Other songs by them that you might have forgotten about, Fight Fire with Fire and Play the Game Tonight. That one was a favorite of mine as well. And so you got some stuff out there to listen to. Robby Steinhardt was in the band from 73 to 82, and then again 97 to 06. Again, passed away at age 71 this week. So you guys listen to Kansas, just know those 2 songs. You're going to listen to a little bit more today. Tell me what you think. Play the tracks that I post below, and enjoy it. Have a good Thursday, and as usual, I'll catch you on the flip side.